Miss J-Lo, you have the stage.
Artists are gonna make things that fail.
There are whispers on the street.
That's true. The comments, bad music, no talent, no charisma. Goodbye. Do you think Jennifer Lopez has flopped?
Because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That big fire. Yeah, she coming.
Today's video was going to be about Ellen DeGeneres and her connection with P. Diddy, and that's still coming. However, we must give Jennifer Lopez the Leo attention she deserves. We just absolutely must. So we're going to hop into Jennifer Lopez is forcing Ben Affleck to have a baby. J-Lo is a mess after her tour flops. And speaking of that in particular, I have my Spice Girls t-shirt on, which I've had since I think I was about, maybe 4 to 5 years old. Still fits, must say that. Anyways, I am trying to understand the conflict of why I have never came across anybody that has been to a Jennifer Lopez concert. And not to toot my horn, but I know a lot of people, like I have a pretty, intense network of people that I've either met, we're friends, we work together, associates, whatever it may be. But I have never, ever heard of anybody say, oh, I went to a Jennifer Lopez concert, this is what it was like, yada, yada, yada. And I'm really trying to figure out why that is. If you know anyone that has been to a Jennifer Lopez concert, can you please put it down in the comment section? Because I'm honestly very curious about that. But either way, if you are brand new here and you're just now seeing my face for the first time, my name is Pearl. We do reactions and commentary videos around here. So if that does fancy you in any way and you like that type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get comfortable. I just washed my hair, so that's why it's looking real thick. It's looking very sexy red. No, I'm just kidding. But it's looking very thick. So let's get comfortable, hop into today's video and see what the heck is going on. Because genuinely, girl, Miss Jennifer, I know you probably don't like this level of attention, but at the end of the day, I'm sure you love it in some way, in some ego-based weird reality perspective. You like it. So let's see what's going on and hop right on in. Miss J-Lo, you have the stage.
I paid $1,800 for tickets for Beyonce, but Jennifer wants $7,000.
Can't stop me from making music. I mean, writing the words to that.
You got
$7,000 to see Jennifer Lopez? I don't know, but I don't know when these concerts started becoming this pricey. I feel like anything over $500 is just absolutely out there. It's absolutely out there. I can understand if you're VIP front row center, all that stuff. That very different, but $7,000 is nuts.
Gotta address things and be upfront with people because that's what people want to see. And just come out and say, yeah, hey, look, you're an artist. Artists are gonna make things that fail.
There are whispers on the street that she's allegedly going to be expanding her family with husband Ben Affleck.
Jennifer Lopez's career is over and she knows it.
I'm screaming, not and she knows it. Let's find out, just because I'm curious. And I don't know why I don't know this. Isn't she like in her 40s now? J-Lo age. How old is she? I feel like she definitely got to be in her 54. I'm sorry. Is that real? I know Google's typically right, but really? She's 54?
She's supposed to be on tour for her new album, but she's canceling shows and trying to rebrand the tour to get more fans to come. Yet, the fans that she does have left can't afford her $5,000 ticket prices for her concert. To try to combat her bad luck and major relationship issues she has with Ben Affleck, she thought it'd be a good idea to have a baby with her husband Ben, and that it could save their marriage, even though he...
Are we talking surrogate? I'm not to say you can't have a child at 54. I genuinely don't know the details, the data of that. Cause was it Janet Jackson that got pregnant? How old is Janet Jackson? What age did see now I gotta, cause I think it was Janet, wasn't it? Janet Jackson had baby at what age? I feel like it was older, right? 50. You got 6 years on her, Lord jeez.
He doesn't want any more kids, so let's get into it. Hey guys.
Also, pause really quickly. I did see that comment about you unsubscribing to this channel, which I rarely see hate comments about him, to be honest. Apparently he gets a lot wrong. Let me know if you feel that way, because I never felt that way. I never even thought about it, but yeah, saw that comment. I remember.
is 2024 is all about closing the pleasure gap. And I got something super exciting to share with you.
Absolutely not.
We're doing a massive giveaway with my friends at Balesa. That's right.
I love you. I love you, but I am married to the rose. Goodbye.
And they ship worldwide to LOW-PEZ, and I'm not surprised why.
Sorry.
Because I thought she was an icon, like that she was untouchable. But this recent album release, documentary release, movie release completely ruined her career. Now she's on tour for this album, and this album in particular isn't performing well. So they're not selling tickets, and now she's trying to reshape what this tour means and make it about her biggest hit opposed to her new release. Reports write that Jennifer Lopez is in trouble again, but now because of her music career, since after a decade of waiting, she finally returned to the market with a studio album. However, it has not been as successful as expected because commercially it has not worked, and it's causing her important losses. In fact, the This Is Me Now album entered the Billboard chart at number 38, a very bad sign for a long-awaited comeback. This began to generate a lot of criticism, and online goers noticed that the tour dates that she had set out had been canceled. Actually,
let's say this though, she looks amazing for her age. Okay, she looks amazing. 54, looking like that, gorgeous. You look amazing. We're gonna give you that. Okay.
7 in particular, which is a large chunk of shows and dates to completely throw away. I mean, that's a lot of people who were anticipating working for this show, for this production, and it just didn't happen because it absolutely flopped. I mean, who is responsible for this? There has to be someone who specializes in understanding what PR moves to make. I mean, I guess a PR firm. And at this
I will say this, I don't really like that pink dress though.
point, Jennifer Lopez is in need of a crisis management PR firm. She canceled her shows in Cleveland, Nashville, Raleigh, Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans, and Houston. And she gave us a reason. She said she had problems with the organizers. No, it's not a lack of ticket sales. It's not a technical issue. She's not even sick. It's a problem with the organizer, which then the organizer could respond. Sources previously told Billboard that the dates were scotched due to routing issues, but that new shows have been added and will be announced soon. Well, here's a pointer. Maybe announce the shows right when you cancel the other shows. So those people who do actually make travel plans, who do care to go to see J-Lo live, they aren't just teased and waiting for a new show that probably will it ever get announced? I don't know. Faced with such a scenario, the singer is looking to give a twist to her show, and now the weight of the show is on her greatest hits. And she's even changed the name of the tour, saying, "This is me, live," an attempt to attract her fans from the past, opposed to this new music wave she was trying to put on with her infatuation with Ben Affleck and her perfect life. She has been obsessed with trying to turn this project into a success, and she's even financed it with her own money, $20 million of her own money, which is difficult to recover even for someone like J-Lo.
Jennifer has changed her tour from This Is Me Now to This Is Me Live and changed the picture. She wants nothing to do with the flop album. Like we would not notice. She refuses to cancel the tour that's clearly not selling. But as you can see, all the blue dots from last month are still there. Now.
Okay, let me ask you, would you guys pay to see J-Lo? Forget the price. Let's just throw that $5,000 out there. Let's just say it was $200. Let's just say. Are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you pay? Would you go? Would you be excited for that? Would you be like, yeah, da, da, da. You know what I think she should do? Is do something that's more so like a collaboration. Like, bring LL Cool J, bring Ja Rule, make it like a not even 20, what am I saying? Early 2000s vibe. Forget who you are now and make it more so like that. Like, nostalgic, right? Make it to where it's like, oh my gosh, I remember that time. Bring Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? Like, because and again, I don't know this woman, but I feel like she has this mentality of like, well, at the end of the day, I'm Jennifer Lopez, so people are going to want to come see me. And that is just not really the direction I think she should go coming back. I think she should have just made it more so about like the memories. What do you guys think? Do you think that would be a better plan? Let me know.
She wants to perform her greatest hit. You know, those songs that are sung by other people. But you know she hasn't even got the prices.
I love how that person brought
sung
the
by
fact
other
that she's
people.
gonna be performing the songs that are sung by other artists. Which
bingo, and that's why you should be bringing all of that. Distract from that. Distract that you've stolen all this music, stolen people's voices, and bring the people that were tied to you in that time. Because then that's going to have people like, oh my gosh, I would love to see Ashanti. Whether that is her pregnant, after pregnancy, maybe she just, shows up and just says, hey, what's up? Then it's like, oh, like, yeah, she stole Ashanti's songs and part of her background vocals and stuff like that. But there's Ashanti. Like, yes, like my money is being used to the value of what I want, of the memory that I want to uphold at this concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell me, would that be a better idea?
Which is what we talked about in my last JLo video. The rebrand is expected to draw in fans from her previous work, which may lure in listeners who did not connect with This Is Me Now album. Now, Live Nation is the company that is producing the tour, and they did not respond to comment about the
Live
rebranding.
Nation?
But even with Jennifer Lopez's big media rollout, interest in her album and concert are definitely nowhere near Taylor Swift's levels. Even some critics would say that Jennifer Lopez has those expectations for herself, that she thinks that she is at Taylor Swift level, and I'm glad that this experience is humbling her. One expert was quoted saying, "I asked a big music industry person, like, what the hell is going on with JLo?" The response was that she way overshot. Great person, great work ethic, nice team, but they overreached. It's also debatable whether she has any hit songs. She's never been as big as she was in her own mind, so this is a sad situation. And it must be a sad situation for JLo, and I can't imagine the emotion she's going through and how Ben Affleck is personally dealing with this, because there's a lot of business risks that were taken, and I don't think any of them have paid off.
Now, I saw this tweet from Gabrielle. She said, "I paid $1,800 for tickets for Beyonce, and I was looking her in her eyeballs the entire
I love this TikToker.
concert." She said, "Right at the stage in VIP. The only level higher than us was Beehive Risers on the stage, and that was about $3,500. But Jennifer wants $7,000. Jennifer who? I went ahead and looked at her ticket sales on Ticketmaster. Now, this is her show in Miami, and it's this specific section right here called VIP A. And yes, the tickets are $6,420, but there's a kicker. Now, this VIP A section seen here can only be purchased if you buy 2 tickets. If you only wanted to buy 1 ticket, that section is no longer available. So in order to get into VIP A or VIP B, you have to purchase at minimum 2 tickets. Hence why it's so expensive. But I've never seen that before at a concert where in order to get into VIP section, you have to buy 2 tickets, but it's totally understandable. What's not understandable is these goddamn prices. What is this, honey?
It's interesting that Jennifer Lopez is seeing that her tour is not doing well. So instead of maybe lowering tickets and trying to get more people to come through, she'll just make them extra expensive so her diehard fans have to pay the extra buck to go and see her lip sync. Now, there's some people who believe the rebrand won't work. It's all gone too far. One person named Emily was quoted saying that Jennifer Lopez's lack of authenticity could be part of the reason why she's struggling to connect with fans. Quote, "JLo has made millions from music and film, amongst other huge brand deals and opportunities, so it doesn't make sense. Her fans would..."
And that's another thing she should have done. She should have hopped on the content creator influencer wave. As much as, you know, we can criticize the Kim Kardashians, the Kylie Jenners, just the big influencers in general, you get to see like a snippet of their lives. You get to see them kind of, you know, come in and be like, "Hey guys, this is what I'm going to eat today. This is what I made for my kids today. Oh my God, today was so exhausting." Where like JLo thinks she's too good for that, right? But I feel if she had that personable, interpersonal skill of connecting with people through a platform that she believes mentally that she's too good for, she could have done it in that way. But from what I've seen, it's just she's very curated, and I don't think that she has the type of personality to want to do something like that. But I feel that would have helped her tremendously in staying relevant, being like, "Oh wow, like now she like even 10 tips for women in their 40s." Whatever, like, but you know, now she's 54, but I'm just saying in that period, right? Like just in that period. But there's some people that just, you know, that they think they're too good for that, or they don't want to do that, you know. And really, even thinking about it, I feel like the only person that can do that well without being on TikTok is Emma Chamberlain. Let me know if you know anybody else. But I don't know. I think she's too fixed. Isn't a Leo a fixed sign? I think it is. I think she's just too fixed in that mindset. And I get it, you know, like I'm a fixed sign too. So it is hard for me to change and, you know, mold and do things differently sometimes. So I do understand that. But I think that would have been good. But at the same time, she doesn't strike me as somebody that's going to be like, "Yeah, let me listen to the new ideas of my PR managers." It seems more so like, "I heard what you said, but I don't want to do that. Bye."
Would rather hear about those pursuits than a never-ending musical about her love life. Also, the fact that she was promoting an alcohol brand when she doesn't drink and is married to a recovering alcoholic didn't help. So
I'm sorry. I didn't know that she didn't drink. Secondly, the recovering alcoholic part is, yeah, that's pretty comical. That's pretty comical.
Was the money really necessary to accept from an alcohol brand when you don't even believe in that? JLo said, "When it came to This Is Me Now, I didn't even have an obligation to make a record. It's not like anyone was clamoring for JLo's next album," she said in her documentary. So she did this for fun. I guess she did this on her own terms. So I guess she kind of asked for everything she's gotten from it. Like, it's not like she was tied to a record label deal where she had to produce a certain amount of albums and she had to do it. She wants us to know she did it to herself. And now there's articles like this one. So far, Jennifer Lopez is one of 2024's biggest losers, and maybe everyone hates her. Which I don't like the word hate. I mean, do we really hate Jennifer Lopez? I mean, I don't. Sorry about it, but I don't have enough energy in my life to really hate anyone. Am I annoyed by her? Am I confused by her? And am I also interested in her? Yeah, I kind of am, because it is like a case study to watch her flop so hard. I'm like taking notes so I don't flop. 2024 has proven to be a challenge for Jennifer Lopez. I mean, in the past few weeks alone, she's faced such headlines like, why does everyone suddenly hate J-Lo? One of the reasons is this album alone, because it did hit the charts at number 38 and then it completely disappeared. Even though I will always say there's one song from the album titled Rebound, which I actually enjoy.
Really? Let's listen to it real quick. Rebound by J-Lo. Let me just pull it up. I mean, because, you know, she's the queen of rebounds. Let's be very honest there. Oh, this was 2 months ago. Dang. Okay. First comment. I'm not a J-Lo fan, but I like this song. I like this. I like the video. The song. The singing is horrible.
Okay.
We know this is wrong.
I do like it so far. I'll finish it after this video. But her voice sounds very different. Very different. The comments, bad music, no talent, no charisma. Goodbye.
I have so much to concentrate on. How muddy is the mud gonna be? However we want it to be, right?
Look at this guy's face. He's like, J-Lo, it's mud. Have you forgotten how mud works? Are you that rich? It's not just that she asked the question. It's that she decided that it deserves screen time in this movie. And then, like, the sign that J-Lo has been surrounded by nothing but hype people her whole life. You got this girl who's like,
Let me tell you, the price of mud is gonna go up.
the price of mud.
Not Jennifer thinking every single thing she does is important. I mean, one article quoted saying that she thinks she's like a Taylor Swift. I think she thinks she's a Beyonce too. One person said on TikTok, I understand that you're trying to milk this whole I'm humble, I'm from the hood thing, but the story doesn't really work for you anymore. This whole story of her trying to seem relatable and from the Bronx and, you know, normal.
Honestly, top 5, she's not even there, you know. You got Adele, you got Ariana Grande, you got Beyonce, you got Taylor Swift. Yeah. I mean, I could really just keep going. I don't know if does she really? I don't know what this woman thinks. Not just, again, this is why I feel like she should have tied it to the beginning. The Ashantis, the Ja Rules, the LL Cool J. All I have is all I have. Oh, that's what you have. And it's that song, you know what I'm saying? Like, but to think she's just been like at this peak, high for so long is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely. That's crazy. Like, if anything, I'm listening to freaking Hilary Duff's old album and Ashley Simpson's old album more than I would listen to the entire album of J-Lo. Like, I just pick certain songs, but no, I'm not pulling out my old, you know, This Is Me album and listening to it like the way I am with freaking Hilary Duff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's like I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to grasp. You know what I mean? Not to say she's not J-Lo, because ultimately, like, she does have some sense of credibility, but that credibility has been stolen and been outed for years. This isn't even the first year that this is coming out. Like, we've been known this, honey.
Isn't really gonna work for J-Lo, so just stop. Honey. I mean, it's not coming off genuine, and it's not likable. I mean, I'm not one to speak about the hood or who comes from the hood or what is hood at the end of the day, but I can say that, like, I've seen people who I believe have stayed their authentic self. Like, for example, like Cardi B. She may have, like, access to everything in the world now, but she's still her, you know, she likes being funny and being herself and eating what she wants, and just, like,
I was just saying that
money always changes people, but for J-Lo, it is.
I was just saying that, like, J-Lo doesn't have this presence of, like, we know who she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that. It's just not there, and it's never been there, because I think she definitely thinks she's too good for that. She's like, I'm Jennifer Lopez. Like, why would I, like, show you my real life? Like, why would I care to show you, like, my favorite food? Or, you know what I mean? Like, and if it's that, it needs to be, you know, paid for. It absolutely has to be. I don't see her just doing stuff just for funsies. You know what I mean? It's just, I've never got that vibe off of her, ever.
is a clear example that it did in fact change her, and the celebrity status of course did. I mean, ever since she was young, she was so snobby. And it seems like Jennifer is feeling it herself, because articles claim that she's disappointed over lackluster concert sales, but she's still proud of her new projects. Quote, Jennifer is very focused on her latest project and doesn't want to get bad press in her head, said an insider. The source explains that J-Lo has been through plenty of problems like this before, and she's gotten over them. She moves on when things like this happen. A second source tells us that J-Lo is disappointed by the overwhelming response to her tour and album, and then a third insider said that J-Lo is not letting it derail her next ventures. So honestly, good for her for keeping on and going. I mean, we talk about, what was her name? JoJo Siwa, and how she's just like continuing her thing. And you know, you go ahead and do it, and hopefully you make it out on the other side. If you guys have not seen my episode about JoJo Siwa on my Let's Get Into a podcast, make sure you guys go into that description or the comment below and go and check out that channel and subscribe. That same third source said that Jennifer is very proud of all the hard work that she puts into her projects, and of course, Ben Affleck has been a huge support through it all. Well, she doesn't really care what people think, an insider said. These sources say that Ben Affleck have been keeping her grounded and she's all good. Actually, it turns out that reports say that she's on to the next big thing. She doesn't even want to talk about these projects anymore. She's proud of them, but she's ready to move on and to keep creating and probably to forget this moment in time in her career. But I also think she needs to acknowledge it if she ever actually wants to move over it, because I'm not going to forget.
Yeah, this is a video J-Lo put out yesterday, and I have to do it this way. I can't stitch it because she turned off stitches and duets. At least comments were on, at least on that video, but you would have to go find her if you wanted to comment. The comments aren't great. You got to address things and be upfront with people, because that's what people want to see. And just come out and say, yeah, hey, look, you're an artist. Or claim to be, right? But artists are going to make things that fail. So own that stuff, you know? Like, nothing's going to be perfect. Come out and admit it.
I have to agree that not everything is perfect. And being humble, being honest, being real, and saying, yeah, I put my heart and soul into this, and it's embarrassing because it flopped. That would make her so much more likable than her saying, I'm unbothered. Ben is my, soulmate, keeping me grounded, and I'm on to the next big project. Oh God, please keep it to yourself. This person wrote, and now she put out a copyright strike on all TikTok creators that use clips of her film. Ooh, that's juicy.
Oh, really?
I actually heard of one of my friends, she's a TikToker. I believe he took down this video, so I'm not going to name him. I may have named him already, but my friend, he actually got a cease and desist from Jennifer Lopez, so she is really trying to stop everyone. She needs to take advice from that one guy we just heard from. I mean, go and take ownership of it and show us, like, how you did it. How did you flop like this? Because it's a lesson everyone could learn. Even though Ben Affleck might be her rock, supposedly Jennifer Lopez is tired of his smoking habit. She hates cigarette smoke, and he won't stop smoking. And I think that's really interesting because, like, he really cannot get a break when it comes to J-Lo, and I'm sure he's so stressed out that he probably feels like he needs to smoke. Also, like, why is this news? Like, I feel like J-Lo puts this out into the media on purpose. Like, she's telling sources to go to the press to create these articles about her husband smoking cigarettes and her hating it. Does she think that's going to help him stop smoking? This article reads, huffin' and puffin'. Jennifer Lopez wants husband Ben Affleck to kick his smoking habit. A source exclusively tells Life and Style that Jennifer Lopez has set down some rules for her husband, banning him from lighting up anywhere near her or their home.
It may also be that smoking lowers your sperm count. So if she does want to have a child, she's probably going to put him on some sort of medication. I just found out the other day that men can get on prenatals. Like, I was like, what? Like, there's like a prenatal for men to like make their body better, sperm better? I don't know the details, but yeah, that may be another piece of it. Also, just the control factor at the end of the day. And not to say, like, if you want to smoke, just smoke. Like, obviously your loved one is not going to want you to do that so that you can live longer. But, I don't know. Going to the media is just kind of like, I don't know if the exposure is going to help. If anything, it's just going to be like, all right, I'm going to move on to other things that I can smoke now. You know what I mean? And then just hide it, and that sucks because there's people that smoke cigarettes and hide it from their significant other. So there's so many different ways of coming to the realization that, okay, what is it that's making him want to smoke? Maybe we need to get to like an addiction class. I don't freaking know. Therapy. There's so many other avenues, but at the same time, that depends on the person, not their partner, right? The person has to decide, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to continue with this bad habit anymore. And that has to be them. It can't be you, especially with pressure. It's just not going to work.
Quote, J-Lo loves Ben, but she's tired of his nasty cigarettes. She put up with his smoking at first because it was the only vice he had left, and she didn't want to be a nag, but now she cannot stand it. Ben has quit smoking before. In 2005, with the help of hypnosis, he did quit smoking cigarettes.
Hypnosis,
and supposedly she hates them so much, maybe he will need to go and see that hypnosis person again, because she's not happy, and you guys can tell she's absolutely the one who's in control. Ben loves J-Lo dearly, and he knew what he was getting into to an extent,
He
the
looks
source admits.
exhausted.
But his fear is that putting so much of herself out there JLo is just opening them up way too much to the public for scrutiny, like the cigarette article, and it hasn't helped their relationship in the past. It's actually done the opposite.
Comfortable with me doing all of this, but he loves me. He knows I'm an artist, and he's gonna support me in every way he can because he knows this is this. You can't stop me from making the music I made and writing the words that I wrote. He can't, and that's gonna happen if he doesn't want to stop me. He wants to do that, but that doesn't mean he's kind of comfortable being the muse and being.
Now that people are sharing their disdain for Jennifer Lopez, one person has come out of the woodworks to share their story. The article reads that Jennifer Lopez made my boyfriend pretend he was single to hype up a movie. Her name is Melanie, and she claims that her boyfriend, Ryan Guzman, was acting with Jennifer Lopez in a movie titled The Boy Next Door. This came out in 2015, and Melanie claims that JLo would make Ryan hold hands with her after they went to parties to try to stir up press that they were dating to get people paying attention to this movie, even though she was fully aware that Ryan was in a committed relationship with Melanie. It just shows how inauthentic that Jennifer Lopez is, even back in 2015, even back in 2004.
That's honestly so annoying. I don't know how people can be with actors. Not to say don't be with an actor or an actress, but it's you go to their movie premiere and then you see that them making out or having sex with somebody else on film, and you just have to sit there and be like, wow, that looks great. You really just cannot have a jealous bone in your body, because I would be like, oh my, I have to get up. I cannot see my man doing all of this on a screen with other people watching. I can't do it. I absolutely can't do it, and it's bothering me. I'm just going to be honest.
The model claims that she met Jennifer at an award show while she was dating Ryan, claiming that she gave her an awkwardly firm handshake and an intimidating once over. Something that Melanie said she was disappointed over, seeing how she viewed Jen as a hero. So meeting Jennifer Lopez, her, boyfriend's acting partner, she realized that she was a total bitch. Melanie also pointed out the moment that Ellen DeGeneres asked JLo on her show, doesn't he have a girlfriend? And of course, Jennifer played dumb, claiming that she didn't know. Essentially, JLo was trying to write off the fact that she had met Ryan's girlfriend and that she is toying with this man and his love life for movie press. But
what's funny is I was watching some video on Ellen DeGeneres. That's why I said that the video I was going to do next was on Ellen DeGeneres. And it was a clip about how she was forcing Mariah Carey to drink and talk about if she was pregnant or not. And apparently it came out that she had a miscarriage, blah, 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 whatever. And then somebody in the comment section was like, oh, that's funny because Jennifer Lopez and Ellen DeGeneres are really good friends. And at least it seems like JLo has done everything to make Ellen in good spirits. And I just thought that was an interesting correlation. Because typically, keep your enemies closer. So it's I want to be really, really close to Ellen, because if she knows that Mariah Carey is my, enemy, then she'll do snarky little things that will make me laugh in the background and obviously just make Mariah Carey just not look like a good person, whatever have you. It could be anything, really. But I just thought that comment was so interesting. I was like, oh, funny.
Really, she could care less.
And now you were with your co-star in the new movie, Ryan Guzman? Ryan Guzman, yeah. All right, he's a good-looking guy. He's very cute. He's so fun. He's a real sweet, he's a gentleman, so there's nothing going on. Because we assume that because you're with him.
Always.
Yeah.
No, but we arrived separately. But then later we went to the parties together and we had some fun and it was good.
Right. Does he have a girlfriend?
I think he might. I'm not sure. I know he did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm not in his business like that.
Not yet.
On its face, it seems like JLo's
not her saying you never know.
Approach, as described by Melanie here, worked, as the media reports at the time fueled rumors that the two were a couple. Melanie, however, is now saying the whole thing was calculated on Jen's end, and she has hard feelings over it all because it probably really affected her own relationship. As she explains, she was dating Ryan at the time, and Jen knew all about it. They ended up breaking up that same year. Although it's not clear if JLo's alleged actions were a direct cause of their split, Melanie certainly thinks so. She also takes shots at Jen. Why do you have to act like you're with everyone you're in a movie yet? Which is honestly a good take, because JLo isn't that well of an esteemed singer. She's not the best actress, so she really has to pull out the tricks to try to fool everyone, and one of them is trying to spice things up with a co-star to create these rumors to try to garner some attention for a movie she's going to be in, even though it's just so not genuine. And now, years later, was it really worth it? Probably not, because now your fans are reading these stories and realizing you've been fake for I mean, that was 9 years ago, so for a very, very long time. One article I came across reads that Jennifer Lopez adopts new tactic to save her marriage with Ben Affleck. As fans will know, the reunited couple, who are also known as Bennifer, which I have to admit, I hate that name. They already shared kids with their former partners. Jennifer Lopez is a mother of 2, whom shares an ex with Mark Anthony. On the other hand, Ben Affleck reportedly enjoys a healthy co-parenting relationship with Jennifer Garner and his 3 kids. Nonetheless, according to latest findings of Life and Style, this family is not enough for Jennifer Lopez, and she wants another child with Ben Affleck. Oh, hell no. I didn't know it was coming next, but hell no. She's 54, she's not having another kid with Ben Affleck. I mean, if she wants to go and adopt them, then sure. But I mean, if she's on to her next business venture, if she's like struggling, I don't think a kid is going to help their relationship. I mean, you can't even get your grown man kid of a husband to stop smoking cigarettes. How are you gonna like raise a kid that's gonna fix it? Well, a mole recently squealed to the publication that Jennifer Lopez is thinking of a surrogate to help the duo increase their family. The article reads that communicating her desire to Ben, Jennifer reportedly nagged him until he went along with it, and the couple are now welcome to add a new addition to their family. I mean, I feel like this is fake news at this point, because Ben Affleck, you need to get out there and run. If you need somewhere to hide out, let me know. Quote, Ben was completely happy with the blended family they already had, but he loves kids, so that's why he agreed to having another. At the end of the day, he just wants Jennifer to be happy. I think at the end of the day, Jennifer just wants Jennifer to be happy, and I don't think she can find happiness. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's been easy, but it seems like one thing I have in common with Jennifer Lopez is that when I want something, I want it now. And now she's over here nonstop talking about wanting a baby with Ben. This article reads that J-Lo is getting loud about wanting another kid. A source exclusively tells Life and Style that the pop star has been trying to persuade husband Ben Affleck to have a baby through a surrogate. And this,
so she probably has her eggs frozen, right? She has to. If not, then I actually don't know. Jennifer Gardner. I'm just curious. Aries. Interesting.
Sources claim that she finally got him to cave in. Oh no, Ben. The duo are still in their planning stages. However, Jennifer is obsessing over every detail. She intends to interview the surrogate candidates herself and to see where they live and to be at every doctor's appointment. Oh no. I mean, she's going to hire the surrogate and then chain this person to her home, and you're going to be under Jennifer's rules. So imagine living that life. I mean, no money in the world could ever make me want to have that responsibility for Jennifer Lopez, because she would be terrible as a boss. Quote, she talks about it nonstop. Ben figures that...
Well, apparently she didn't even really raise her kids like the nannies did, and then she made them work like 24/7 without any breaks and all that stuff. So see, that's what I mean. It's like if she showed like this is how I am raising my kids like all those years ago, and just did it like on social media, like we would have this sense of like, we know Jennifer, like she's changed and she's this and she's that. But it seems like things have just gotten worse. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me.
Easier to go along with her, but he's realizing what he's gotten himself into. It's going to get even more hectic than it is now. And I totally agree with that. I mean, she's got a lot of money, so she's good on that front. I mean, if she wants to disappear for a while and go and raise this kid, go ahead. But I thought she was on to her next business venture.
We better hope this isn't true. She will do just
we better hope this isn't true.
To get attention. Jennifer Lopez is making headlines once again. There are whispers on the street that she's allegedly going to be expanding her family with husband Ben Affleck. And blink twice if you need help. I really hope this is false. They already both have children. If it happens, I bet this will be the countdown to their epic divorce in 3, 2, 1. This time, though, the child will be born via surrogate. And Ben Affleck was really opposed to this, claim sources, but she somehow talked him into it. J-Ho doesn't need any more kids. It's more than likely she wouldn't even be taking care of these kids.
Let's go ahead and just like send some good vibes to this future baby and future surrogate, so they can get through this and like come out on the other side, because I would want to stay far away from Jennifer Lopez if I was potentially near her, because she's gotten so many things going wrong in her life at this moment that I don't think that these yes people are going to help her get better anytime soon. And it's kind of sad. Sad to see that someone is living in such a delusional state. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you.
We did. Thank you, darling. Yikes. With that being said, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Jennifer Lopez should have this child? Do you think Jennifer Lopez has flopped? Do you think Jennifer Lopez should be charging $7,000 for her freaking concert? Let me know. I will see you all in the next video. If you made it all the way to the end, I'd like to thank you so much for your time. And if you did like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see y'all later. I'm gonna go cook me some dinner. Yeah. Bye. Because what?
Is there more?